Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts. I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even though it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. No way, that's too—
You mean it'd be too easy to get—
No, it's not that. We shouldn't doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from
That's a good point. Spoken like the
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right?
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us—
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided—
You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still—
Setaria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilou.
I've always liked observing all kinds. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the wreath, but she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing—
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. Right. We met that way? Not from my past observations. Setaria will take a day off from the Academia every— Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day to prepare. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots. This should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Setaria?
No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's
Talking style?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fate? The divine voice of wisdom often echoed.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a
Of course. Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the god.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the Lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Love prospects? The one who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you. How could... Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is...
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of...
Is this another one of Sataria's favorites?
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers! Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret, and I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private...
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as...
So, was that...
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces.
What's the point of all...
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems. So we must... I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's...
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to... Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert...
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to... If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her...
So, you mean you're going to
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our... As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure.
Ah, so that's it!
Exactly. So, that...
Huh? Best of luck!
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect...
Huh. That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it?
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at
You're not wrong. It's always been painful.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people...
Yeah, don't beat yourself up.
All right.
Here she comes. Sataria's here.
Let's quietly follow her. When she starts talking, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust...
Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find out...
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You...
Okay then. You just... Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune...
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, Could you do a reading on...
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods are asking, Setaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone... home?
Setaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question.
I'm sorry. I know I failed. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to...
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is...
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Oh, wait even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the Academia. How can the
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you...
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry.
Well done. Setaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida.
All I know are some... Anyway, enough of that.
She's out of Keem's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking... Actually, while we're talking about him...
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos, and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. But once everything is over...
Come on! Setaria's already started talking with Shishan.
So, Shishan, like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the...
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to this...
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming... In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the academia, and treated people as nothing more than experimental
Please, please stop!
Even now, Satari is still trying to run from her.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
This is the most important part of...
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matra right away.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but
Miss Zetaria, nothing...
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Zetaria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp. Child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Zetaria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of the Scarlet?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. You're up here, please tell me, what can...
How much do you know about the sages?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zero's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work.
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hand... let me see...
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again.
All right, I trust you.
So,
that'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Satari.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom and guardian of...
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. And...
Catherine, we're here! Oh, you are the...
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fool if something were to happen. My existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep. Exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Off? What do you feel is up? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's...
No, I think he's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets.
Maybe it's just a coincidence.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel...
Well, regardless... There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the Academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards. What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the Academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Oh no! What should we do? These are all just regular people!
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger! We can't just leave you here!
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is the heater going to be okay? We only made it out because of Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember Tynard? And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like... yeah. Now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Yeah, things would be a lot... Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. You mean... oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project, even though he turned it down at the time? He might... There's no time to lose. Let's...
I'll uproot you! Can't see?
Jumpy Dumpty Go! Da da da! Boing, boing, boom! Yeah! La la la! Da da da!
Our bond is strong.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their... We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumer.
The outcast? An outcast from the academy? But why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit...
You're up, Travel...
Following orders.
Dissipate!
Stabilize! One with the forest!
Jumpy Dumpty Go! Pew! Woo! Hoo-ha! Hoo! Ha!
Order guide you! Solidify!
I'll settle this.
I hear everything! Ha!
Boing, boing, boom! Blazing delight!
Rise! Gather!
Jumpy Dumpty Go! It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Enshroud!
I will have order.
Solidify!
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercy? Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep... But this Doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Going up against smart...
on? What are you two doing back here?
Kale! It's nice to see you again! Are you...
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tighnari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kale! Speaking of Tighnari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him!
Oh, Master Tighnari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
He left? What? Isn't Tighnari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation!
I thought it was weird too. Master Tighnari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I guess he had something urgent to take care of. Master Tighnari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis DI is something like the Amorta's research base. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tighnari once spent a long time conducting research of
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tighnari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master
Got it. Will do. See you later. Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your...
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us.
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the Doctor met instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still with it. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
What a relief. The Doctor
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds. Also, the Doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. Plus, the Doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of...
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI?
Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tighnari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't...
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Keep up.
traveler?
Ah! The voice! It's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise!
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the...
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the...
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime when my consciousness made contact with the gods.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained... My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even...
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but...
Hold on. I brought some Spirit Borneal with me. This is still...
We're using that...
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you...
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God!
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I...
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I...
already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
Okay, we finally lost him. Are you okay, Nahida?
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current... Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pat... The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight...
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time! Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense! Since the doctor captured her, even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can... Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divinity. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the...
Your guess is correct.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so...
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question.
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its... All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made...
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for... If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert. doomed to a life. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting the Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out.
I'll stay here for now. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.